you.
Thank you.
So if I told you a few weeks ago the Tigers would be knocking on the door of their first playoff appearance since 2014, what would you have said?
I would have said you're crazy. The turnaround that's happened since the trade deadline has been remarkable. Being so far out, so many teams in front of them, and now they're in the driver's seat to make the wild card it's pretty crazy to see. It's not something you see every year. Not something we're lucky enough to see in Detroit with our teams recently. Obviously, the Red Wings kind of there in the winter, and then fell off. But seeing what the Red Wings or the Tigers is super exciting.
What do you think's behind this? How did they make the turnaround?
I just think it's all the young players coming in, nothing to lose. Just calling up guys throughout the season. Earlier in the year, you had Torkelson come up. He kind of struggled, went back down, came back up, and he's hitting great. He had a huge home run for them last night. The mixture of Jung and Sweeney and Job, who they just called up, just all the young, exciting players. It's creating a great atmosphere over at Comerica Park. It's awesome.
How much credit should be given to the Tigers manager, AJ Hinch?
I think all the credit in the world. Just seeing what he's doing with the pitching staff right now, it's nothing we've ever seen before. They have, I think, 2 starters that they use consistently and then an opener. So it's nothing we've ever seen. They're using bullpen days all the time. Just the way he's managing the team, all these young players, guys who've come up and never played in the big leagues before. I think AJ Hinch should be up for Manager of the Year.
Wow. Now that you mentioned there's some rookies, some young talent. Mm-hmm. Any players that you think deserve sort of that biggest praise or the notability?
Honestly, some of the older guys, I think, with Vierling and McKinstry, those are a couple guys who are, I don't want to call them cast off, but not typically starters on playoff teams that are leading these young guys by the way they're playing, hard on the field, good at bats, giving it their all every day and showing these young guys that, hey, we can make a push here even though it's not expected.
What about Tarek Skubal? He is perhaps one of the best pitchers in baseball right now.
Yeah, watching Tarek pitch every 5 days, he's electric. He goes out there. The Tigers expect to win when he goes on the mound. Should be the front runner for the Cy Young Award this year, and it's pretty cool to see. Fans get so excited. The ballpark's packed every time he's on the mound. There's nobody else like him in the big leagues right now, so it's super exciting.
In the introduction, I mentioned the magic number being 3. For people who maybe are hearing that for the first time, that terminology, what does it mean?
So 3 more wins or mixed with Minnesota losses, and they're in the playoffs. So if they can get 3 wins in the last 4 games they have, or 2 wins and a Minnesota loss, then they clinch their playoff spot and we'll be in next week.
How confident are you at this point that Detroit will get into the postseason?
The way they've been playing, I don't think anybody can stop them right now. They're going to have Skubal one more time going, which is pretty much a guaranteed win. And then just with the home crowd, the atmosphere over the last 2-3 weeks has been sellouts left, right, and center just because of the atmosphere, Detroit, the city getting behind them. It's just been so cool to see.
Who would you like them to play in the postseason?
Oh, I don't think anybody wants to play Detroit right now. The streak that they've been on, I think the Tigers are going in. They have no pressure on themselves. They're super confident. They could go ahead against pretty much anybody and give themselves a chance to win.
Do you think it's enough of a victory for them to make it into the playoffs, or do you think they should take the run for the World Series?
Sure, they'll take the victory getting in, but I also think as soon as they get in, anybody can win, right? With Tarek Skubal, as we mentioned, one of their pitchers there, they can go into any series feeling confident, knowing that Skubal could win them 2 games and they can go on a run here. They've already been on a streak for 3-4 weeks. Another 3-4 weeks, I don't think is out of the question.
Oh, Mike just popped into my ear there. He says you're not actually a Tigers fan. You're an Atlanta fan.
I'm a Braves fan, yeah.
Okay. Are you going to get on the bandwagon? Where are you at?
I am. I'm going to the game Saturday, so I am fully on the bandwagon right now as a baseball fan, yep.
What do the rest of the people around you think of that?
Mixed reviews. Some people, I always get questioned where the Braves thing came from, but I've always supported the Tigers. But yeah, I'm fully
Where did the Braves thing come from?
When I was younger, they were the only team on TV. So growing up in Windsor, it was Channel 47. I'll never forget. Peachtree TV, TBS. It was Braves games every single day. So it was the easiest way when I got into baseball. They were on TV every night for me.
How did you get into playing and coaching baseball?
Just something I started as a kid. I love the game. Grew up, continued to play through Riverside and Tecumseh, loved it, played at the college, and then just injuries forced me to get more into coaching. I don't play anymore, but it's a way to give back to the kids, kind of help grow, give back to what I was given as a kid, kind of be able to give back to the next generation.
And you are an associate coach with St. Clair College Saints. Your team's pretty hot right now.
We are, yeah. So we're 10-0 on the season. We got 2 big games tonight against Fanshawe at home, so that'll be a couple tough games for us, but hopefully we can keep the win streak going.
How much has St. Clair College sports changed since you were a player?
I think it continues to grow dramatically. Obviously, I'm a bit biased, but I think we're the premier sports and athletics college in Canada, from the Sportsplex, the sports park, the renovations they just did at Lacoste Park, and everything to our scholarship program. I think we're top notch, both facilities-wise, then the way we treat our athletes throughout the school. It's really run like a Division I program here in Canada.
What kind of expectations do the Saints have for this season? What would success look like for your team?
For baseball, we never settle for anything less than winning. So we set our sights high every single year, and we try and play for the OCAA championship every year. So that's our goal.
Back to the Tigers. Want you to set up this next series that they're in.
So the last weekend is going to be against the White Sox, who's on the brink of setting the record for the worst team in MLB history. So it's going to be a tough series. They've won 2 in a row. The White Sox don't want to set this record. So they're going to have to come in. They can't let their guard down. They're going to come in and have to keep playing like they're playing. And just because it's the White Sox, not think, oh, these are going to be 3 easy wins. And keep the pedal to the metal and keep going here.
Mike's laughing. Is it because you just wanted him to say that they're the worst team in history? Hop in.
Well, I just think that it's interesting that the Tigers are trying to make this playoff push, and they're lucky enough to play the worst team in Major League Baseball history at home to try to clinch a playoff spot. That's all.
Yeah. Did you think it would ever come down to them?
I did not know.
Yeah.
No, again, just 6 weeks ago, the Tigers were so far out this series, everybody thought would probably be meaningless. 2 teams at the bottom of the AL Central. Now you have one record for the worst team in baseball and a team trying to make history, making the playoffs that nobody expected. So it's kind of Moneyball-esque, like the old Oakland Athletics. Just a team that nobody expected to be here, going on this huge run and going to potentially make the playoffs is exciting.
Tristan, thanks so much for coming in, giving us some Tiger fever, and good luck with your team as well.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Tristan Bouchard is the associate head coach of the St. Clair College Saints men's baseball team. The Detroit Tigers will play again this afternoon at Comerica Park against the Tampa Bay Rays. They have 3 final home games after that, this Friday through Sunday against Chicago White Sox, as we were just talking there. The worst team in baseball in the past 125 years. Do you think the Tigers can make the playoffs? Are you cheering for them? Have you jumped on the bandwagon? Text us, let us know, 519-984-2051.